Good morning, everybody. 8:25 in the morning, November 10th. Lots of news. CPI coming out in 5 minutes. We're gonna watch it live here. Look at some levels where we could possibly go. We gotta wait for the reaction first. Quick look at the markets. This doesn't matter as much right now for the indexes, but Bitcoin is the story here. Bitcoin is up 0.58%. It was up more before. Big news with that. Obviously, that's been the market mover down the last couple days, where FTX had serious issues. Binance came in to rescue them, but then after looking at their books, decided not and pulled out of the deal. That was our move down yesterday too. I think hedge funds and big banks have about 4 to 6% of their portfolios into crypto, so that's not good for crypto. China is still doing zero, enforcing their zero tolerance COVID policy, so that's sending crude down. Crude had a large build, also would send crude down yesterday. Waiting this news. All right off the bat, we got TNX 10-year yield. We have it. Let's see. Right now, that's pretty interesting. It's down 1.64%. It's at 4.08. That's interesting because that's the smart money. Or is the bond market pricing in a move higher? That's very interesting, right? VIX is elevated. Of course, that news is coming out. The dollar is up. And really quickly, before this news comes out, let's just look at what happened in the SPY yesterday. You can see we found support right at this trend line. Okay, right at this trend line. And the Qs really found support from the other day's low. Okay, right here. The Dow found support at its trend line and the 200 moving average. And the Russell. Actually, the Russell broke its trend and now it's coming to a key support of 174. Let's quick look at that TNX, what it's doing. It was in a range. Now look, we kind of broke this support and broke the trend line down. I don't know. This is, if smart money's here, maybe a bond market's anticipating inflation data being softer. Okay, possibly, right? Let's look at that VIX. All right, so the VIX had support at 24, couldn't go lower. Had this support at 25. Now we're above this. We're above this support, hitting 200-day moving average. We kind of got a resistance here now. So obviously waiting for this move. Okay. Now I'm going to show the hourly futures chart in a sec. First, while we have a little over a minute left, I'm going to bring you to one thing I've been liking to look at is this. It's from the Fed. It's the 5-year break-even inflation rate. Okay, we were up here and we downtrended, and then we hit a bottom and we started to uptrend again. So this is saying in 5 years they expect the inflation rate to be at 2.53. We came up here and now we ticked down a little bit. So we have to see. All right, I'm gonna put the numbers out here that will update live. So we're looking at two port numbers year over year. Previously 8.2. We're looking at they expect it tick down 0.2 to 8.0 month over month. Previous 0.4, but they're expecting it to go higher month to month. So here we go. All right, news is out. We got initial jobless claims. That's going to be good for the market. Look at that. Look at that move. I don't know why this isn't updating. Wow. So let me see here why that didn't update. So I'm seeing initial jobless claims went up, continuous jobless claims. Why am I not seeing inflation data? Oh, here we go. Core CPI. Whoa. Way under. Month over month. Wow. This is very bullish. Year over year, 7.7. 7.7. It's softer. Core CPI softer. Month over month. Year after year, core CPI. This is gonna, guys, this is huge. This is huge. This is very bullish. Very bullish for the market. This is huge. Initial jobless claims went up. Okay, let's look at this really quickly. That bar is moving high. Initial jobless claims went up. Okay, bullish. CPI month over month. They expected it to tick up. It went down. Then the forecast. Previous stayed the same. Course the CPI year over year. They forecasted 8.0. It was 7.7. Month over month core. Forecasted 0.5, 0.3. Year over year core. Forecast 6.5. Actual 6.3. This is very bullish. Okay, this might tick us into Santa Claus rally. Wow, this is pretty crazy. This is crazy. All right, you can see where we're at right now, right? Everybody who watches my streams. Most traded price of the month. Where is the price at right now? Right here. Wow, this is bullish. Wow. Let's look at that. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Let's see what that's doing. That's what the Nasdaq's doing. Nasdaq kept talking about this, guys. The most traded price of the month here was very key level to get over. We came from down here all the way up. And this 112.16 resistance level is key. Okay? Need to hold above this. I don't see why we won't with the jobless claims and the CPI numbers. I don't see why we won't. Go back to the ES. Looks like Santa Claus is coming to town. I still can't get over this. This is just what the market needed. Let's look at this. Watch this really quick how this has changed. Coins up 8.31%. Snell 6.53%. Look at this market 5.44. And Nvidia. Is there any laggard? Let's see. Not really. Tesla 3.7, 4.7. Look at that. Roblox up 6%. There's not a laggard in sight. This is sending crude higher, right? Less recession. The Fed doesn't have to be as restrictive, right? Wow. I'm so tempted to do futures trade right now. Wow. This is crazy. Now, one thing important to look at now would be the Fed, watch tool. Okay, this would be very interesting to look at now. Maybe it doesn't update. So to show you guys here, we're currently at 3754. Okay, if you want to just say it's 4, this is a 50% point basis hike for December 14th. It's at 52% to do 50. It's at 48% to do another 75. I would expect this 50 to rise and the 75 to go lower today, just because of this inflation data and the jobs ticking higher for unemployment. What a double whammy for the market in a good way. And we're also right at there's a downtrend line you can see here. And I'll zoom out to show you this downtrend line. It's hitting it right now. Hitting it right now in the ES. You can zoom out even like a larger time frame. So this downtrend line, right at it. Same in the NQs, right at it. Wow, this is crazy. We stay above this line, the most traded price of the month at 38.44. I'm on a look to be long here as long as we hold this. This is profit taking. Okay. Same in the NQs. So let's look at. I'm going to bring you guys over to you can see the market profiles here. You can see the huge gap up. still. That trend line's acting as resistance right now. You can see that trend line's acting as resistance. And this high volume node here. Okay, that's why the market stopped there. And we have a key resistance 38.79. So we got confluence here, trend line, high volume node, and resistance. Okay, I'm going to show you guys the other few couple other charts to see where we can possibly go today. Alright, you can see here, we can move this down. This is just the market profile 24-hour chart. Need to stay above this 38.45 level, okay? Nasdaq. Nasdaq need to stay above 11,100, this level right here, and that's going to be very bullish. That'd be great if it came down here to get along. Okay, now let's look at some daily charts. That's just crude's catching a bid. Here's the dailies. Okay, here's the ES on the daily futures chart. Look at that trend line, just like I said, right? We hit the trend line, and we're coming off of it right now. Okay, NQ, here's the trend line down. Okay, in the 60-minute chart I have, it's hitting it. It's hitting the trend line, but this is the daily chart. I mean, if I wanted to, I could bring it in, and it would probably be hitting it. Let's see if I brought this in here. Yeah, see, there's two different ways to draw trend lines. You can go to the latest swing high, or you can just use it here and say, oh, this was resistance, so it is on the trend line as well. Okay, Russell hitting the trend line. So that's acting as resistance. All right, let's go into these charts. This is what I wanted to go into, and let's see where we can go. Right, I always point these out, but this is the time to do it. This is the time to see our targets. Okay, so obviously we came from down here, and price is right here. We're at 38.67. There's no coincidence we're at the most traded price of the month. 38.67. Okay, we're right there. Okay, so now we know this news is bullish. Right, our next destination, you can see it right here now that I have this chart on steroids now. The most traded price of 2 months ago, which would be September, okay, is this right here. You can see the hot pink line, 39.47. This would be our first stop. So you can connect it right to here, this node right here, 39.47. I would expect it to go here. Okay, now down the road we have the most traded price of this year and the last year is 41.53. That's this big node here. That could be the ultimate Santa Claus rally, what it brings us to. That's 41.53. And if you can see this big pocket of volume here, there's not a lot of volume here. So it's pretty crazy right now. Okay? Pretty crazy. So guys, that's what I'm talking about here. 39.47 is our upside target. 39.47. Let's look over at the NASDAQ. I wish I could stream in 4K, but I know a lot of people wouldn't be able to see what I'm showing you because I have a 4K monitor. I wish I could show you like full 4K, but because that would be the crystal clear way to stream it. Let's look at this NASDAQ now. Okay. NASDAQ is charging ahead as expected. Price is right here right now. 112.69. Okay. We are leaving this big area, which was it says 110.95, but it was 111. 11,100 was the big level here. This node right here. We just are leaving it. Okay. Here's our next stop. Right here. 2 weeks ago, the most traded price was 114.91. That is this node. This high volume right here. See that big peak? That's where we're headed. So 114.91, call it 11,500. Right here is where we're probably going to hit touch today. Okay. Now, where after that? Well, the most traded price now of the year and of the last year is here. Huge node. And that level is 12,127 or 121.27. That's probably our next destination. Okay. This is called a low volume node here. This could act as support and resistance right here. Okay, why is that? Well, if you notice, and I'm not sure if everybody knows these terminologies, but a low volume node just means low volume, right? It's a crevice right here. That usually means there's a key support and resistance there. Okay, if you look at if you go across from the low volume node, you can see that there's been resistance here and there's support right here. Right here. That's why that there's a low volume node. So what happens is there's like a crevice in the volume, and price either shoots through those areas or it acts as support and resistance. Okay, so that could be a little stop too, and that's around 11,800. Okay, so it's pretty easy to see on this chart where we're gonna go. Probably gonna start getting loaded into some options plays for swing trades. We can take a look at the rut to see what that's doing, just to see. Now the rut is in a very key area here. You can see the most traded price of the month and the week equal each other, which will make a huger move. And we should probably go up to here, 1856. So the rut is really in a nice position for a move. Go back to the ES. Okay, so now the ES is catching more of a bid. Okay, remember 39.47. 39.47. All right, now let's go look at the daily chart. Now look, we're starting to come over to that trend line here. And the NASDAQ, we're pushing through the trend line. NASDAQ stronger. Okay. It's no surprise we're hitting this node here. Keep getting resistance at this high volume node. Now it should show up here. Yeah. So right here, guys, there's this high volume node right here. Okay. That's what's causing the market to slow down. Right here. In that little box. See? That's why I have an orange box on the other chart. That's what's causing it to slow down. Which it should. Okay. Which it should. But it's just gonna, it should hold here, and then the next move is 39.47. Okay, I just want to harp on that because this is such bullish news that 39.47 is a very good target. Okay. $39.47. I'm gonna say it though, I'm blue in the face. Okay. Just gonna look at crude real quick to see what that's doing really quickly, because I've been trading crude a lot. Okay. Let's look at the ES, holding that high volume node that's right here. Okay. The NASDAQ. Let's look at the NASDAQ one more time, all right? What's the NASDAQ hitting? I got a most traded price of the week here from weeks back. Still think our next destination, guys. 11491, call it 11,500. Okay. Now, if you want to put this in perspective for the give me one sec. Let's look at the SPY. Okay. For people who trade the SPY just like me, if I'm going to do some options. Okay, let's look at that. Now, I have this most traded price of the month, 382. Okay, we're over that level. But guess where we're at? Look, see, same thing. Most traded price of this week. Looks like it was like 385. That's where we are right now. That's what's holding the market. Okay, that's what's holding the market. Same thing I showed you in the futures chart. Okay, let's look at the Qs. Now, Qs. Most traded price of the month, 269.38. Okay, we are over that now. Price is right here, 273. Okay. Okay, so look, here's the next destination. Most traded price of this week, like a couple weeks ago, and a high volume node here. So this node right here is our next destination, 278. That's 278. Okay, just wanted to show you guys on the SPY and the Qs. 278. On the SPY, $390 level is pretty important in the SPY. Okay, so we're our next resistance we have to look at is 388, 390. That's 100% retracement of this down move. Okay, it's right at the top of this. That's a key resistance level in the SPY, 390. Okay, What's 390 as well? Well, this trend line's already broken because right now the SPY's at 385, 386. It's already all the way up here. It's all up here right now, right where my little cursor is. All right, now let's look at the triple-headed monster now after that news. Look at the TNX. Look at the TNX. Wow. Look what happened to the TNX. It's down 5.61%. You see this? It was here. It opened here at 4.0. It all went dropped all the way down to the support level at 3.9. It's at 3.9 right now. Look at that. We break this. We break this. That's Santa Claus coming to town. Okay, that is crazy. Wham! You went right down to the support level. Okay. Let's see how that. Let's see how the VIX is looking at. VIX. Look at this. Guys, we opened at the 200-day movement all the way up here. The VIX is slammed through the 25 to 24. It broke this support. The VIX is down 8.7%. All right. If this ain't showing you we're going higher, I don't know what is. Let's check at the dollar. Dollar is also, look at that. It's hit the 100-day moving average. It broke this 109 support. Okay. That's going to be bullish for commodities and equities. So that is big moves in those triple-headed monster. All right. That I always talk about. All right. Let's go back. And let's see the ES. Is it still holding? This level's still holding. Okay. Market opens in a half hour. I mean, I'm chomping at the bit here. So 39.47 is our target, guys. It's catching more of a bid now. Market's starting to get even more of a bid. Okay. Let's check that NASDAQ. Also strong. It's strong right now. Okay. I don't see this not getting any stronger. I think it's just going to keep getting momentum. Holding that level, right? Let's look at the ES. Look, this high volume node right here, still holding it, but not for long. Look at the volume building out. I mean, I don't know who would be shorting this. It'd probably more profit taking. Let's look at the NASDAQ real quick. Yeah, it's kind of hanging around. This is a negative epoch level. That just means a prior most traded price. You can see it's, whoop, little dip there. That's alright. Alright, let's move it back. So I said 39.47 in the ES, right? And what did I say in the NASDAQ? I said 11491 in the NASDAQ. So call it 11,500. Okay. 39.47 in the ES. Okay. Let's look at the futures charts. Let's look at the 1 hour charts. And we're gonna zoom this down. And show you guys this, just to reiterate in the candlestick chart. Here's the node that's holding us right now, right? Okay. Most traded price of the month is here. So we want this node, like I just said before. This is 39.47, call 39.50. This is our target right here. Just to show you on a candlestick chart, okay? We need to hold 38.44 and preferably here, this price, this high volume node. Sorry for the messy drawings. High volume node here, we need to hold. If we can't hold that, we need to hold this most traded price of the month. These are all launch points to go higher to this price here, 39.50, 39.47. I'd be very shocked if the market sells off now with all the triple head monsters just showing us the VIX dropping, the dollar dropping, the 10-year yield getting crushed. Okay? Let's go to that NASDAQ, okay? It's still climbing here. Okay, what did I say with the NASDAQ, right? I said 11,500. So where is that? Right here. That's that node right here. It also happens to be the 50-day moving average. Okay, so there's confluence there. All right, this range here is kind of holding, the bottom of this range is holding the NASDAQ right now as long with this trend line. Okay, now we have old resistance here, 113.83, but our target's going to be here, right here, the 50-day. Okay, so get more accurate, I said 11,500, but it's actually, if you want to get very, very technical, it's 11,484. That's what we're going to be looking for today. So now we're kind of putting in a little doji candle. Okay, we open in a half hour. So 11,500, 11,484 in the NASDAQ. Okay, 39.47, 39.50 in the ES. That's the targets today. I don't have to say anything else. This is bullish. Okay, you can want to hold the most traded price of the month, and preferably the 112.16 in the NASDAQ. Okay, you want to hold that. That's what you want to hold. So you could launch up higher if this market just doesn't go crush higher. Okay. I'm gonna go look at crude. I know I've been very clear. I've been very repetitive, but I have to look at some options trades now, and I hope this helped everybody. Where our targets are going to be. Okay. Wish everybody good luck today. Stay green, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right.